You're watching Sipping Off the Cuff on tequilaaficionado.com, part of Tequila Aficionado Media. This is Alex Perez, along with my good friend Mike Morales. Another edition of Sipping Off the Cuff.
Sipping Off the Cuff. Ladies and gentlemen, behind me, as you can see, drum roll please, we have today, we're one of the few folks that have been able to
Don't drop it.
acquire 818. Sorry, this is how it shows up. This was hand delivered to us, folks. Hand delivered to both myself and Alex. We want to thank the folks at 818 for making this happen. It was a real short, quick blitzkrieg for us, and we're finally going to get to get into this.
Hey, so we're 626, so we're right next door.
Yeah, we're right next door. Yeah. By the way, for those of you who are unaware, 818 is an area code, okay? It's just an area code.
The Calabasas area code.
Didn't we used to have 818? I remember when we first moved here years and years ago. I'm in the heartbeat of the San Gabriel Valley, and so is Alex. And when we moved here, I think all of Southern California was 818, and then it started to populate and grow, and I think we were 312 or 213.
213.
Yeah, and then it went to 818. And now you're 626, I think. Yeah. I moved to New Mexico, so I'm still 505 because that's different. Anyway, this is how it shows up. I don't know if Alex, if you guys can see this.
Yeah.
This is what we got. Okay. Here's what we have. Obviously, it comes in. I don't even know what this is in the middle. I have no idea. I hesitate to put it together.
We're still trying to figure it out. It came with this little.
Yeah, it smells good. It's emblazoned. You know, it was a hot emblazoned with 818 on it. Beautiful display.
Have fun. Oh, it's the game. It's a game, Mike.
It's a game.
I just figured it out. You got to put the little ring on the hook.
Oh,
the drinking game.
Yeah, because everybody wants to play a game while they're drinking 818, right? Okay. As you can see, today we're going to do the Blanco 818. Oh. These, again, I want to thank everybody at 818 for making this happen. Really appreciate that. It was so fast. We were fortunate and very happy to put this together. Now, you folks are aware that there is a lot of controversy going on with 818. Okay. I will admit that there was a lot of marketing faux pas. Okay, a lot of stuff that could have been handled a little bit better by the camp of Kendall Jenner. She is the brand owner. If you're not familiar with that, it's a celebrity brand, folks. But here's the thing: Alex and I have done tastings of celebrity tequilas before. Okay, but it always happens after they sell the brand. Right? This is our first time that we actually have gotten a tequila prior to, in fact, literally within weeks of its launch. So yeah. I want to give props to the folks at 818 for giving us first dibs at this instead of waiting until
I don't think they know who we are.
818 does.
I know what we do.
No, they do. For those of you who know us and know that we've been around for now 22 years, this is going on 22 years for us, you and me, Alex, and we're just breaking the seal off of these. Okay, this has been at my place for at least 10 days or more. Alex just got his, maybe a week ago. Alex was out of town when he received his. So we're breaking the seal. We're going to do what we do all the time. We're going to taste the juice first, then we'll give you all the ins and outs and tell you who's behind the brand and the quality of the brand, if indeed it has their quality. Okay, so here we go. Breaking the seal. It's like we're getting baptized or something. I don't know. I'm using a Stasso Jarrito that I normally use for tequila. I'm gonna pour this over, and I'm gonna give myself a more generous pour than I normally do, because there has been there has been all kinds of, it's been a doo-doo storm, okay, on social media. There have been accusations. There has been all, you know what?
Everything, every. I mean, it's come out on USA Today, Elle Magazine, you name it, all over the place. I don't know, to be honest with you, I don't know if this is genius or, their own, quote unquote, being naive again. But she's gotten a lot of press for this.
Yes, you know what they say. Even bad press is better than no press at all,
Yeah.
right?
So it makes you wonder if this was really maybe planned.
you know, you and I belong to circles that are very close knit, um, purists, and honestly, folks, we represent probably a microcosm of the bigger picture. Okay, the mainstream. That's if you folks are tuning in to us on YouTube for the first time, you may have heard of us. You may not have heard of us, but when you see the number 818, you're probably going to, just out of curiosity, you're going to click on that link and you're going to check in. And so we're going to try and give you the rundown, okay, the way we do it. And right now, visually, it's pure. I mean, I don't know if you can see my legs in tears, but
it's clear. I don't see a whole lot of shine, but then my lighting isn't the best here.
yeah, we're doing this at late afternoon, so I've got a couple of lights in here, but the legs and tears are thin, but that's okay. It's all right. It's there they go. And again, we were just breaking the seal off of these bottles just now, so I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see that visually. It's pretty good. I like the legs.
Visually, it's pleasing. I mean, it's a Blanco, and you got your range of shiny and platinum, and it's got a nice shine. It's got some legs and tears.
Yeah.
I get the nose. I don't have to dive too deep in for the nose.
No.
I think it's pretty pleasant.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got a wonderful nose.
On this side, I got like a little bit of earth, and then on this side, I got a lot of the lime zest.
I'm seeing a lot of citrus. Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually very pleasant.
It is.
Wow. It's a hair. It's a you and I, Alex. Just for the sake of transparency,
I might have to dive to connect real quick. Bear with me for a second.
Okay. You're gonna go down to the wine cellar, Alex. He's got a wine cellar below his desk. So
I want to say hi to David Eon. He's down there.
Yeah, I know. Just to be fair, and because we know a lot more than maybe your average your average news outlet or influencer. We know what distillery this is coming from. We do know that it's 1137, which is La Cofradia, and for anybody who's anybody in the tequila world has been to that distillery, and I've been to it. I also know the gentleman who's in charge of the quality control. He was hired almost right off the bat, and we'll talk about him a little bit later. It's got a hair. It's got that Cofradia stamp.
It does.
But it's lighter. It's not as pronounced as it has been in the past for us.
But I think it's got a wonderful nose. It's fragrant.
Yes.
Citrusy. Obvious agave notes. It's really fresh.
Alex, it escapes me. I don't know when you folks will be seeing this, because we're taping this toward the end of July, and you may or may not see this in August. You may see this review in September. All right, I'm not sure. We're that far booked, folks. This has been the biggest year for sipping off the cuff on record. Okay, but what I can just yesterday on Instagram in late July, David Eon, who is their quality control, David Eon Gonzalez, is our quality controlled officer. He is an official officer in the company, and he went live on Instagram with someone, a representative from Southern Glaciers in Georgia, and walked this person through a tasting. And I was trying to listen intently as to some of the tasting notes, because we hadn't had it. And David is one of my mentors as well as Alex. So, and we know each other personally. It's been a while since we've seen each other in person, but we've communicated off and on. And I smell sweet wood notes. Like are they resting? It almost feels like they're mellowing it out a little bit in the French oak barrels. I'm not sure. It's got that a little bit of I don't know why I'm getting some sweetness on there.
You never know. I mean, David Young would know about that.
Yeah, he's going to keep that secret. I mean, that's just a recipe.
One of his tricks of the trade.
Yeah, of course. And he's very well studied.
Working with Casa Noble for so long.
Yeah, and Casa Noble, for those of you who know anything about Casa Noble, they have their own cooperage that makes barrels out of French oak in France specifically for them. So at least, yeah, I say let's taste it. Let's find out what we got.
Mm. Anything on the retro nasal? Sound like two cavemen here.
That's what we're doing. We're actually getting it's almost like we're double tasting at the same time. We're clearing our throats to try to get the molecules up through our nasal passages to smell and taste it again.
I get a sweetness on the palate.
Yeah.
Didn't expect that.
The notes that I had heard from David, and again, I made mental notes. I was in the middle of doing something else, so I wasn't able to just stop and take notes. And at this point in our 22 years, if we can't pull out stuff, then we're in the wrong business. I like that it coats the palate. There was this pepper and numbness in the lips and gums, which is what we're looking for.
Right on the entry, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got a medium finish. Actually, medium to long, actually.
Medium to long finish, yes.
It's got good pepper, not hot, but it's got a nice structure to it.
Are you getting a weird aftertaste?
What?
Is there some kind of strange aftertaste that you're getting? I can't quite pinpoint it. At mid palate.
I mean, I've got a lot of numbness on the gum lips, which is just on the second pass.
Yep.
Which is really, I mean, it's really delightful.
Yeah, it's rather old school because Alex and I we've had tequilas that have been lately have been I don't know, mainstream or tamed a little bit, or maybe they're oxygenated, or they do something to it to mellow it out. And this is not like that. This is
no. I'm actually getting like a minerality to it.
That's it. That's what I'm getting.
What you're getting? I'm getting it on the teeth, on the gums. Is that what it is?
I'm just getting it on the retronasal and on my palate, as because I'm to this point I can actually hold liquid on my tongue and try a retronasal, and that's what I was getting. And I'm not sure if that's because of the plant, if that was more of the wood notes coming through, because there was a sweet aroma on the nose, and I will say, I'm gonna say it. I know you don't want to hear it, but to me, it's the nose, not the flavor profile, but the nose is a bit like 512 tequila, which Alex, you and I think had 512 from La Cofradia. They have the original version and also the new packaging, but it's still made. Now both of these come from the same distillery, but only for so long. Okay, and I'll explain how that works in a little bit. I like the character on this tequila, though.
I like it too. It's different. It's different. I like the minerality I'm getting from it. I like the notes, the citrus on the nose, the sweetness. I think it's a balanced sweetness. It's not anything extreme. I think it's really delightful.
You know, the other one you and I have had from La Cofradia is Mi Campo, which came in a Blanco, and then it came in a Reposado that's aged in wine barrels. And I love the character coming from the wine barrels on that because it really changes the flavor profile. What is that? Is that the minerality that I'm getting? I don't know why. To be fair, also, folks, before we come on, I rinse my mouth out with vodka. We prepare the palate and the mouth, the cavity here, so that we can receive tequila and do this properly. So you don't see that online because it's just nasty. But yeah, we can. Yeah, every time what I love is when I go buy a gallon of vodka. People look at me like I'm an alcoholic. I said, don't worry, I'm not drinking all of this. I'm just rinsing my mouth with it. And they go, what? And it's a great ice opener, an icebreaker. And I said, yeah, this is what we do. And I hand them my card. What do you think, Alex?
I like it.
I do too.
I like it. It's actually not what I expected.
No, because Clooney is still looking for me, right?
He's got a bounty on you.
And you.
This is actually better than Clooney's.
It's way better than Clooney's. Come on, it's real tequila.
Oh man.
Okay, now here's what we know. All right, here's what we know because we are tequila insiders.
Sorry, not sorry, Clooney.
Sorry, not sorry. Okay, here's what we know. This is coming from La Cofradia. However, again, I don't know when you're watching this, but we're taping this at the tail end of July, okay? This is like the third week of July. This is the 23rd.
23rd.
Now, on the 22nd of July, there was an article that came out that stated that this tequila will be moving to a much bigger facility. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to read the information that we have sourced, that I have sourced because I am who I am. Let me explain how this is going to work.
You are the tequila sensei.
They will be moving to Nome 1607. It was built in 2010. It's called Mieles Campos Azules. And they focused production at the time to agave jarabe, which is agave syrup, and inulin. Mieles Campos Azules is currently building an extension. This was back in 2010 when I got this information. The update is that the extension was on its property for tequila production, and there are possible other brands that they mentioned, and it is confirmed it is the future home of Tequila 818. From what we know, there's a diffuser on site, specialized liquid autoclaves for purposes of acid catalyzed hydrolysis, maybe, column distillation, maybe, because that's the standard operating procedure. What I am sensing here is that this distillery is going to offer a lot of different options for people, for brands that go there. The reason they have to go there is because, as the article stated, the COO of the company, and his name escapes me, he's a former Diageo officer. From what I understand, the demand has been crazy demand. But with David Eon as the quality control person who is handling this, that speaks volumes to me, folks, and to Alex. I think both of us are familiar with that gentleman. For those of you who know him, who have worked, who know his work with Casanova for over 10 years, you understand that he wouldn't have taken this position had he not had stipulations and conditions of quality. So I'm going to err. I'm going to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Okay, and I'm going to say that I think it's a worthy brand of promise, Alex.
Oh, I think so too. I just hope it doesn't change with this movement.
Yeah, Dave, if you're watching, if anybody at 818 is watching, do not change the quality, because what happens with a brand when it goes to a much larger facility, everything changes. The bottle changes, the look changes, and you know there have been complaints about the look in the bottle, and if that changes, oh well, who cares? You know, that's just packaging. That's just a packaging issue. But the quality is what counts for us.
Exactly.
So this batch that they made happen for us, Brand of Promise nominee. What I would like to do, Alex, and I want to put my hat in the ring for us, for you and me, when it does change distilleries, which I don't know when that's going to happen, if it's happened already. This is it has handpicked from farms in lowlands and highlands of Jalisco, roasted in adobe brick oven, distilled twice, of course, gluten-free. And we're going to go, when we do the second, I know we're going into 20 minutes on this, folks. When we do the second review of the Reposado, I want to delve into a little bit more about their sustainability situation, because David Eon and a lot of people in the business know what my main concerns about sustainability, and it's a big issue now with people that follow Kendall Jenner and newer brands coming on board. Sustainability is a big issue, but there's more to it than just making bricks out of used agave fiber. Okay, and we'll get into that a little bit later on.
Can't just slap a label on it. I would say, Mike, that they go looking for this under the NOM 1137.
Yes, please look for it under NOM 1137. Okay, the response, the demand has been outrageous for 818. So you're probably going to get a lot of, I'm sure that a lot of this 1137 juice is out on the market, and that's cool. That's good. I didn't know what to I didn't know what to expect. Our only, you know, this year we've had several. We've had several brands this year, tail end of last year, beginning of this year. We've had several celebrity brands submit to us, and they're not all, you know, super duper A-listers like Kendall Jenner, but they are celebrities. And I gotta say, Alex, this one delivers.
Yeah,
it delivers.
You still have some in your glass? Smell it again, but the nose is changing on mine.
Now it's getting sweeter.
Yeah, it's getting sweeter.
I wish we knew more information. So I'm telling the folks at 818 right now, tell us if you're resting it, you know, within a couple of weeks in those French oak barrels and pulling it out. What are you doing for that sweet nose?
Yeah.
Beautiful,
actually.
Yeah, unless you don't want to tell us, that's cool too. But you know, there's a lot of geeks like us who are followed by a lot of connoisseurs, and honestly, this delivers. Do we have a price point, Alex? Have you even been able to find?
Let me search real quick.
Okay, because I know that there have been accusations that the price point is higher than the other brand that's made there, that's got a similar packaging and it's got a similar label. Maybe it's the color. I don't know. Those are minor things.
$39.99
for the Blanco.
For the Blanco.
That's not bad. That's not bad. And I think that it's got enough character to stand up to cocktails. If you're going to have it in a cocktail, go right ahead. You know. But if you're a purist like us, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. And we've had a few. We've had a few. We've had some that our TJ said literally, don't put this in your mouth. So but hey, anyway, that's our take on 818 Blanco. Stick around. We've got 818 Reposado coming shortly. Again, I'm Mike Morales here in the heartbeat of the San Gabriel Valley. That guy out there is
Alex Perez in the 626. Thanks for watching. Let us know your thoughts on 818. And hey, it's Tequila Aficionado worthy.
yes.
Thanks for watching, and as always, sip wisely.